back to 4 Wheel Drive Adventure Crew. My name is Voss, and today we're working on James's Jeep. We got a bunch of things piled up. We've been off-roading for past 2 months, so now it's time to catch up on all of our vehicles. His is first on the list to get things done. So James, what are we doing today?
So I'm pretty sure we're going to be putting on this aftermarket bumper here that has a swing out. So we've got some heavy duty brackets that we have to actually weld on some other brackets to these. We're going to put a washer 1/4 inch thick steel spacer on the bottom of this, and we're going to slide it into these holes. Then we're going to mount it, adjust it, and get it together. We're also going to start putting together the front bumper, which is a DIY weld it together bumper that I'm pretty sure either he's going to weld together because I'm not.
We'll see. Or we're going to bring in an expert welder. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll
probably.
see in our budget.
Yeah, expert. Well, okay. Well, anyways, I'll learn to weld by the end of this video.
We'll try.
We'll try.
All right, let's get to it. All right, so the problem with all these aftermarket bumpers is they give you these brackets and they expect you to bolt your bumper right here like that. Basically, we have 4 of these brackets, and these are 5/16 bolts. And as you can see, you have a tow hitch inside this bumper. So you're relying your towing and your recovery on 8 of these 5/16 bolts. They are not going to hold. So Aftermarket came out with these things, and they slide in. You cut everything to space. They slide in, but every time you tighten them, the holes barely ever line up. So our solution to this whole mess is we're going to weld these brackets to these brackets, and we're going to have another cross brace between them, so it will be as strong as it can be. Because when I built my bumpers for my Jeeps and it slides in, it's being sandwiched right now with the tow hitch. So basically I have the same thing. It slides in all the way and it's bolted underneath. I don't even have any bolts attached to the original bumper location because they're unnecessary. You're just gonna rip off the backing piece. It's not even supported at all. So in the future, this bumper is going to my son's Jeep, and I'm removing the tow bar as well. I'm gonna be building a custom bumper. That will be later. But for now, what we're gonna do with James's Jeep is we're going to create a spacer instead of a tow hitch. So right here we have a 1/4 inch 2 by 2 inch piece of metal that we're going to drill all the holes that we have in here for all the captive nuts. And basically it's going to be instead of that tow bar underneath. So this whole thing is going to get grinded and welded. All right, so I got this welded up. I didn't want to clean all the paint off of it. Where the welds are, that's where the paint was removed, and it's pretty good and clear. So now it's gonna cool off a little bit, and we're gonna do some bracings right about here to make sure it's not just relying on these 2 little strips. I'm gonna add something in the center here that's gonna weld up here and weld up to it. Got these welded in here, so I put some scrap metal in between, welded both sides, so now it's holding it from squishing back and forth. We cleaned the edges on here because what we're going to be doing is we're going to clean some paint right here, and we're going to bolt it up with the bolts, make sure it's all looking good and everything, and then we're going to take it off as one unit because we already put the 1/4-inch steel plate underneath to hold the brackets in there solid. And as soon as we adjust the bumper, we're going to tighten the bolts. I'm going to take the whole thing as one unit, and we're going to weld those brackets straight to the bumper, so it's going to be as one unit. To just take the bumper out, you just undo it and you pull it out as one unit from in there. Let's get it going.
So folks, just a heads up, when you do purchase these items from China, which a lot of them are, it's just kind of the way of the world, you're going to want to tap every single thread on everything because they powder coat and paint inside the threads, so usually they're gummed up with stuff. You're definitely going to want to make sure that you run some sort of something in there.
Except your bolt, because your bolt will seize in there.
Yep. It's a very common issue for any of these, because if you look, and I don't know if this thing will focus that close, but you can kind of see inside there that there's a lot of stuff in there. It's really, yeah.
Yeah, now look at this one. Well, that's clean already. It should be shiny
Yep.
like this.
So that's what you want to do. A lot of times, if you notice, you know, you'll want to replace the bolts with some maybe American made or some like 8s. What are they? Grade 8 bolts.
Well, these are grade 8 from China, so.
Which means they're probably a grade 2. Anyways, there's your tip of the day.
Let's get some bolts ready. Which ones are these? These? Yeah.
No, like I said, I mean, if I had to go back in time, I would have just bought the JCR one. At least it's made here. Sure, it's $1,200, but I'd rather have a $1,200 American made than that piece of shit.
No, who cares about this? Just piece of metal. Grab it. Oh, great. Now we're going to smack these together. Get pushed out.
Huh?
Your side.
What's that? What? The holes don't even line up with the brackets at all.
Huh?
It's way high.
The height.
Yeah, it's way high over here, way low over there.
No, that we can go higher.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want to go slightly lower, not to lose the taillights at every bump you jump off?
Let's tighten it up a little bit, just to see where it wants to sit. Where you at? You need to go down, huh?
Big time.
There ain't no going down. It's down.
Well, at least this gap was about equal.
Yeah.
We got one.
One.
That's equal.
I mean,
Equal opportunity. Employment for you. No, but this definitely gotta go down.
So let's just get this out of the way right now. It's more than likely that as I get more and more into this Jeep, things that I don't like, I will trash.
no.
If I don't like this bumper,
Dude.
I will trash this bumper and we'll start over.
Why would you not like it?
If it doesn't fit right, if this starts to bend, or it doesn't start to close properly, or this thing starts to snap and is just garbage, then out of here later.
Well,
Because
in any case, we need to figure out what we're doing right now. And
Well,
well, that's what I'm saying,
would you
so-
donate it right away to the Jeep next?
Well, I mean, it was $700.
no, the
But it's
thing
just-
is,
it's just kind of a
the
piece of
only
crap.
thing that we're going to be doing right now is drilling
Lowering
these
it.
holes and lowering it, because one bump will destroy your taillight. So right about there, that's going to be plenty enough.
Okay.
So we
Take
wanna-
a break.
Step out. Step up.
let's test it.
Yes.
What's up?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
We gotta get paint. I want to paint on this.
Test
Ready?
it.
Test fit.
Or test not fit. So it's definitely cut in there plenty good. And this as far as it's gonna go to the bumper, to the brackets. We'll have to.
Beautiful. Now it's in perfect.
It's probably. What's that side like? Once it gets to be like that, it'll be fine. Right.
After some modification with drill bits and hammer, we got this thing somewhat leveled. So we're going to take it out and weld it. All right, the bumper is welded in. We tried to save the paint, but it didn't work. It's okay, we'll repaint that piece and we'll clean all this up, paint it, and put it in. It'll be ready to go in, then we just have to put in the swing out and should be good to go. And then we can start on the front bumper. It's all put together, and this is how you want your bumper to be if you want to be able to use it for towing or for basically recovery, yanking anything out, because your whole bumper is attached inside your frame rails, and it's over a foot deep inside your frame rail, so it's going to be holding pretty tight. That's how I have it on my Jeep, and it's been like that for about 5 years now. I don't have any issues, never had to adjust anything. It just stays there. I've been yanking anybody out that anybody that's stuck. So right now we're gonna put some paint coats on this, so that way it doesn't rust and doesn't, have issue with rusting. And as soon as we paint it, we'll be installing it in there, and then we'll adjust the tailgate to work with it and turn it around and start working on the front bumper. All right, bunch of headache, but we got this rear bumper finally in place. A lot of modifications we had to do to this Amazon Special bumper. James, would you recommend this bumper to anybody else?
Let me regain my composure and just say, no, I would pass. I would either build your own from scratch or just pass on this Amazon no bueno.
Good thing we had time lapse on the whole time, because otherwise it was not the suitable for minors. Yeah. All right, it's good enough for now. We're just gonna button up a few things and start on the front one before it gets dark.
Over here.
So that's what it looks like. Voila. Yeah, we did have to cut the bumper right there and weld it back because it was tilting back and was not gonna close ever, no matter how much weight you put on there. And when we welded it back together, it's still a little too high, but and this is at its lowest setting. The reason we did that because it will sag with the 37-inch tire that's gonna go on here with the next few months. But right now you just give it a little push and it goes in. And if James puts some fuel canisters on here, it'll be a lot heavier, just like any of other swing out gates. So let's get it going.
Okay, so here we are in phase 2, which is going to be to strip this factory bumper off of here, get rid of all the little things that connect to it, pull it out so we can start fitting the new DIY weld together bumper that this guy right here, say hi, is going to start welding immediately. So let's get it on. So at this stage of the game, we're going to be doing a little bit of fabrication here to bend up a few of the things to the 90 degrees to be able to weld those at 90. And you can see we have a sheet metal brake right here, which is basically 2 crescent wrenches. It's really thin metal. He's having a really good time.
It is crucial not to snap it.
And a la peanut butter sandwiches.
If you go too fast, they will snap. I already feel it, it's snapping. It's not good.
You'll notice Voss is wearing a brand new pair of Doc Marten insole shoes with the leather laces.
Available at Walmart.
So we'll be sliding this in to mount with these holes here. And then we'll be doing some tack welds. Here's the bolt. Is this the right bolt?
Huh?
It is, but do that one.
Only centers. Only the back one.
Yeah, this one's not.
See? Okay. A little up right there. Okay, now we need to use the level to level this thing. Because we know the car is leveled. So James did not want to modify to make this bumper tuck in by about 2 inches because that involves in cutting the grill over here, and he's against it.
I want that little red line to look really cool.
So we're gonna make it the original length, which is about 7 inches, right? What is it from the grill?
8 1/4.
So it's an 8 1/4 plus we have the tow hooks that are gonna stick out. So it's gonna be about a foot outside the grill.
Hey, and if I don't like it, we'll yank it off, we'll give it to him, and then we'll get a different one.
There you go. Him meaning we have another Jeep in the background right there. And this guy's been working on it for a while. We'll give you more details on that later. So the thing we're working with is the Amazon Special front bumper for the Jeep XJs. You can pick them up for anywhere between 130, 150 bucks, and it's a weld your own kit. We have it on Tanya's Jeep. We have it on my nephew's green Jeep. So they're pretty good for what they are, for the price. When you have a welder, they're amazing. So, and Mark has his, so we had to borrow some parts off of it after we broke a few things. But it's okay. We'll build his sometime later when he's ready to build his Jeep.
So at this point now we're tacking on the corner pieces. We're tacking on.
I'm gonna say do this like that. That's how it would have been.
Wings.
Давай тогда вот так оставим, да и все.
Okay.
And then these I just have to bend them all the way in.
Those little ones. Are we installing them or?
Well, no, this is the sides. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff that needs to be cut out.
So this we're gonna break this off because we're gonna cut it off because still this is still gonna go here. We're just not that. We just gotta weld this in first and then bend this.
Yes.
So we'll do that when it's upside down.
Yeah, when it's off.
Okay.
Important to remember all your settings on that welder, huh?
Yep. Important not to look at that either.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't even see out of that side of my face. Fortunately, I'm blind. So I can't see it. But the camera can.
All right, so we got the bumper taken off, and Alex is finished welding it. So basically, it's gonna be ready tonight. James is gonna take it home to Bay Area and get it painted, powder coated, whatever he wants to do with it. The rear bumper is all done. So we got quite a bit of work still left over on this Jeep. We did pick up a couple axles for this Jeep. I got a Gladiator Rubicon rear and a JL front Rubicon, so lockers are in, everything's there. So we just gotta re-gear them to 538s. He has already met the bead grips. So it'll be basically a fully built Rocklander with a rooftop tent before summer. It'll be amazing. All right, the bumper is finished welded. We just need a lot of grinding to make it clean. And this guy's gonna take care of it at his house.
Yes. Grind it with some 40 grit, some 80 grit, some 120 grit, get it down there, prime it.
So is
Paint
this
it.
easier than the rear bumper, you think?
Yes, by a lot, but not just a lot, but a lot. But quite frankly, you got skilled people here that actually know how to weld, and that kind of changes a lot of the dynamic of the work.
Well, and the other thing is we knew this one is a weld-up kit. We did not expect that that one would be modify everything kit. We knew that we need to reinforce it, but not that we have to fix it.
Basically rebuild it.
Yeah.
It's kind of disappointing when you spend money on this stuff and it's really not up to par what it should be. Oh well, this is a great day's worth of work. That was a great day's worth of work. So we're definitely going to get this thing together, and then we'll be throwing it on. And so in our next step, we'll be installing this, the winch, wiring it up, building rock sliders.
Yep.
And we have a transmission mount, or what is
well, we'll build the cross member. We'll use it for now, and then we'll do long arms, and then later on we'll swap the axles out.
Yes.
Which I have parts to rebuild them. I'll see you next time for some plasma action and grinding action.
Sounds fun.
Yep. But he's working on Tanya's project, so he'll film some of that, and we'll share what it takes to build a custom kitchen for an XJ. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next video. We're probably going to be still in the garage because we got a lot of things that we need to catch up on before we can go back out and have fun. Because we do got to do maintenance on our vehicles and some of the modifications before we hit the trail again. See you on the next one.